You can get up to $250,000 in business funding with bad personal credit, no hard credit check, and no personal guarantee. I'm talking to everybody who's between a 300 and 670 credit score. And you might have bad credit because you maxed out your personal credit cards to launch your business, or maybe you didn't have the time to research where to find business funding, so you just resorted to using your personal credit cards instead. That type of high usage is gonna tank your personal credit score. But with this option, you don't need good personal credit to get funded. So let's say you have a flooring company and you wanna buy more material in bulk to get cheaper prices, then you can access the cash to finally do that. Or maybe you do contracting and you want to be able to take on more jobs at the same time by hiring a few more plumbers and electricians. You'll finally have the money to take on those extra jobs too. You can access up to $250,000 of funding with the Revolut Flex Line and business card, which is my partner for today's video. It's called a Flex Line because the amount of money you have access to isn't fixed. It changes based on how well your business is doing. When things are doing great and your bank account is looking healthy, your flex line increases. But if you hit a rough patch and your income takes a dip, the flex line adjusts and can shrink a bit. And it's not a loan either. It's more like an investment in your business. What Revolut does is give your business money up front based on what they think your future sales revenue will be. It's like they're saying, well, we'll give you this chunk of money right now because we're confident you'll make enough in your future sales to pay it back. It's kind of a mix between a business line of credit and a business credit card. You get cash in your business bank account, just like a credit line, but you can use it anywhere that accepts Visa, just like a credit card. But lines of credit like that typically require 2 years of business tax returns and a banking relationship, so they're impossible to get without significant time in business. And most business credit cards are going to require good to excellent credit to get you approved. So don't even think about applying for one without a 700 FICO score. Now, the Revolut Flex Line is good for those times when you have to pay a vendor who doesn't accept credit cards. You can just use your Flex Line because it gives you access to liquid cash for whatever business expense that pops up. To fund your business, Revolut looks at your business banking history to decide how much they can offer you. All you do is link your business bank account to their software to give them access. And when it comes to repayment, your business is unique, and your repayment plan is going to reflect that. You could be looking at daily payments if you got a steady influx of cash, or maybe even monthly payments if that's how your cash flow rolls in. Now, to qualify for the Revolut Flex Line, your business needs to be formally registered in the US, not as a sole proprietorship, but as a structured entity like an LLC with at least 6 months of history. Your business bank account should have less than 3 days in the negative per month, and you must generate at least $20,000 per month in revenue and maintain an average daily balance of $1,000. Most industries are eligible for funding too, except for those in the financial industries like banks or lending companies. And the approval process is fast. It just takes a couple of minutes to fill out the application, and they can have a decision ready for you within an hour. Now, once you've been approved, you can access the cash in as soon as 24 hours later. Throughout the entire process, there's no hard credit pull, no personal guarantee needed either. So you won't be personally on the hook for repaying any money. So let's talk about the pros of using the Revolut Flex Line. First off, it's a real game changer for business owners who don't have good credit. Even if your credit is not great, but your business is doing well, you've got a solid shot at getting the funds you need. And this is Revolut's business model. And they even back it up by saying things like, it's a card that puts businesses before their FICO score. And our advanced underwriting technology looks beyond your credit score to determine your capital worthiness. And the Revolut business card allows businesses to get capital despite their credit score. Plus, this Flex Line adjusts with your business revenue. If your earnings take a dip, your payments do too. You also get a personal account manager, so you have a familiar face you can always talk to build a relationship with. You're really not going to get that sort of treatment from the big commercial banks of the world. And there's no question that everybody loves when there's no hard credit check involved, so it won't hurt your personal credit score. And because there's no personal guarantee, you're not personally responsible if things go wrong with the business payments. And the Revolut Flex Line is good for building business credit since it reports to the Small Business Financial Exchange. That company then sends your good payment history to the major business credit bureaus, by the way. And I think a lot of people will underestimate how good it is that Revolut is open to so many industry types. There's a ton of really common industries like house flipping and trucking that many lenders won't give you the time of day when you go to them for funding. Oh, and don't forget, I'll leave a link to the Revenue Flex line below so you can apply today and get your business funded in 24 hours without good personal credit. The Revenue Flex line can step in to cover your office rent and employee salaries in the meantime. And for larger businesses making over $100K per month, Revenue can give you funding limits up to $250,000, which is huge for handling big moves like expanding your location, taking on big projects, or even buying out a business partner. Now, here's what I don't like. The factor rate it uses to calculate interest will typically be more costly than a traditional business line of credit. And you're kind of left in the dark when it comes to what that factor rate will be before you get fully approved. But on the bright side, there's no negative effects from getting fully approved in the first place. So you can see what your funding amount would be without any sort of negative effect on your personal credit score. Now that leads me to the question, who is this not for? I say the Revenue Flex line is not for brand new startup businesses since you need to have an established and fairly successful business with consistent revenue to get approved. And it's also not for business owners who are in the best position with excellent credit, high business revenue, and over 2 years in business, since people like that are in the position to easily qualify for business lines of credit with lower interest rates. But listen, that's assuming you already know where to look and already started building out those business relationships, which is easier said than done. But I know there's so many business owners who ruin their personal credit to get their businesses off the ground. And if that's you, then this will be one of your few options to get funded quickly. So click the link below to get fully approved for the Revenue Flex line without a hard credit check and without a personal guarantee. Thank you for watching.